Hi, good evening all. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk. I guess we don't have much to talk about, but I want to throw a video together, guys, and talk about this because this is, it's beyond belief, right? I mean, 10 games, 10. I don't think any of us after the West trip thought this could possibly ever happen. I didn't. I would have, if I was a betting man, I would have bet everything I own. This could never happen to them. And I figured the worst thing that could happen, them coming home, was 500. If you're telling me this would happen and the season would collapse like this, I don't know. There's not much left to say here, except we need change and we need it now, and nothing's happening, right? I want to talk a little bit about the futility that we're living right now. And we'll talk a bit about whatever. I mean, potential trades, I guess we can talk about. But, you know, folks, I mean, this is old news at this point, right? We've lived this crap for too long, too often. And it's just beyond belief, guys. It's beyond belief. Now, where does this rank historically is probably what some people might be asking. I can tell you right now, folks, this is the third worst losing streak in Buffalo Sabres history that we're enduring at this moment. There was another one. I'll talk about that in a sec. I'll throw a clip here. Okay, there you see it. The 18-game streak we all suffered through in 2021. 0-15-3 in that streak. Before that, in the 2014-2015 season, 14 games, 14 regulation losses in a row. Yep, 0-14-0. And currently, right now, we're 0-7-3. As you see, the streak is still active. And another 10-game streak in 07-08 was 0-6-4. And there was another one I didn't put there, guys, because it was 2014. It's connected from the end of the 2013 season to 2014. And personally, I just don't count those type of streaks. I think they're stupid. I mean, you have a different roster. Sometimes you have a different coach. You have a different goalie. You know, sometimes you even have a different building, and they're counting the streak. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So I didn't count that. It was a 10-game streak. I don't even know what the numbers were. I don't bother with those streaks where they lost 60 or before and 4 into the next year. I don't count that. So right now, I put that as the third worst in our history because, really, folks, I mean, this is before so many good things that we're expecting this year, and this happened. Like when they were winning today, I don't know about you, I didn't feel good. I just didn't feel right. You know, in the third period, they did their disappearing act again, which is becoming old news now. They usually have one shot the first 15 minutes of every third period now. It's ridiculous. And folks, the hits in this game, okay, they were massacring us in hits. Massacring us. Wasn't even like, how can they think they can get away with this, the Sabres? Hits in the game were 37-13 for the Maple Leafs. 37-13. 37-13. Like, that's triple the hits. And they were down twice by 2 goals, Toronto, and they just stormed back and won this game. I mean, I was happy Quinn got a few, like there's some bright spots here, but folks, what were the final shots in the third? The Sabres came on a bit. Shots in the third were 19-7 when it was all said and done, but in the beginning it was like 14-1 or something, and it was like, I don't know what we're going to do because we can't blow it up. We can endure another rebuild, that's for sure. So we can't blow it up. So what we have to do is we have to do what normal teams do, is retool the team. We have to send out some names and bring some names in. Make a massive deal. It would get the fans' interest again, guys. It would. I think a lot of Buffalo fans would at least have interest in the team if we went and made some monster deal right now, wouldn't you? A 4-for-4 or something, shake it up. I'm begging this organization at this point to do the normal thing. It's crazy. Doesn't make sense how a general manager can just sit on this right now and do nothing. I don't want to hear the stories that I hear out there. Oh yeah, well, Adams is trying to do this. He's trying to do it anyway. You know, I begged about 4 or 5 games ago for this guy to make a deal. Just lose the deal, but shift up the team before the bleeding continues. Guys, because the next thing you're going to know, we're going to have the second worst streak in our history. That's where we're headed. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This isn't good. This isn't good. I never thought this would happen again. Really? Is it a culture thing? It must be. It must be. For a team to lose 10 in a row, and yeah, there's 3 they lost in extra time, but for a team to lose 10 in a row, how many of those games were they winning? I didn't even check because it would have aggravated me too much. I'm willing to bet in those 10 games they lost, at least 6 of them they were winning. At least 6 in the first period they were winning. Scored the first goal, whatever, took a 2-0 lead, 3-1. Today, perfect example. And guys, let's face it, there's no home ice advantage for this team. So we don't have home we don't have home ice advantage. There's no home ice advantage with this team. You guys know it. The minute the minute their socks come loose, they get booed. I mean, the people are fed up. So we need something exciting. Something exciting to spark this team in the right direction. And I feel bad for the new guys who went and got. I really do. I feel bad for them because they came in here with the intent of helping, and we have a general manager now who's sitting on his hands doing nothing when we need trades done now. And yeah, I know the Wolves are out to get Dylan Cousins. I get it. I mean, if we deal Dylan Cousins, you know, I mean, we'll survive, but I know it's a mistake, and I know. By the time that guy's 28 years old, we're going to say, my God, why did we ever trade him, though? That's what we'll be saying in 5 years from now. If you think trading Dylan Cousins is a good idea, let's have this conversation in 5 years from now and see where Dylan Cousins is at in this league. A 40-goal guy. That's what he'll be doing on some team like Boston or something. It'd be a horrible mistake if we move him, but I'd understand right now if they did, because these are desperate times for the Sabres. We have to do something. We can't sit on this. We have to make some sort of move here to show the league we exist. I feel like we don't exist again, you know? That's how it feels when we're like that. Feel like this is worse, it feels like, than the 18-game losing streak. We knew that team was bad. You know what I mean? We knew that team was bad that year. I'm trying not to rant. We knew the team was bad in the 2021 season. We knew. But this team, no, we didn't have an inkling they could ever do this. This is like the worst losing streak since the 18 game. It is the worst losing streak since then. But emotionally, to watch this team just chip away and fall to pieces again, it's beyond belief, guys. I never thought the Sabres could do this again. Yeah, could they struggle during the year and be a 500 team? Yes, of course, that was always possible. It still is. That's probably what we'll finish this year when it's all said and done. And we'll look back, if we miss the playoffs by like 4 points this year, because it looks like we'll miss it by a ton right now. But I'll tell you, all he needs is a winning streak, and all of a sudden, we're back to a 500 team again. And then we're talking about playoffs, and then we lose again, and then we win, and we lose, and we win. You guys know what's going to happen. It's that kind of year. We're not going to get over the hump this way unless we make a deal. Deals. I think we need to make a few deals. Do something. Do something, because, guys, it's only so much of this I can handle, so much you can handle. My goodness. You know, this was just such a downer today when you're watching a game and you can almost predict the end. You know, I mean, I wasn't sitting there saying, oh, we're going to lose, it's over. But I could tell we're not hitting. We just weren't doing anything. You know, they're out shooting us, out hitting us. They were better on the face-offs. Giveaways were about the same. They had 9 takeaways. We had 1. 1 takeaway in the game. But at third period, we went to sleep. And when the Sabres go to sleep, they lose. So side of me feels really bad for Lindy too, you know? I mean, he came over, he wants to help. He doesn't want to see the franchise look the way it has. I don't know. Yeah, I was looking at past losing streaks and stuff, and I looked at this and I said, well, if we lose to Toronto, and I knew the odds were good we were going to. For me, this is the third worst streak in our history. But there's also, I want to talk about the winless streak, okay? Because losses and ties combined. Where does this stand in that one? Well, folks, this would stand tied for fifth worst winless streak of all time, if you want to look at it that way. I just want to say, because you had 18, the 14, 2 12s. 1991-92, we had a 12-game winless streak. And 2002-2003, we had a 12-game winless streak. And then we had 1971-72, we had a 10-game winless streak. And right now, the other 10, which was the 07-08, the other numbers are up here. See, the 14 isn't up there. The other 10's not here in the winless streak because it's stupid. They even count it some places. So this would be tied for fifth of the worst winless streak of all time. But if you're going to count it as losses, which we should, I mean, if we're going to count the getting overtimes as wins, we have to count these as losses then. This right now would be number 3 of all time. That we've walked off the ice losing a hockey game in a row. 10. 07-3. Our last streak in the 07-08 was 10 also, but that was all, like I showed you before, 06-4. So, God, unbelievable. And that 06-4 team, just so you know, at one point lost, I believe it was 3 shootouts in a row. I think it was that team in 07-08. Doesn't really matter, guys. Well, we're headed to futility again in a season where we were supposed to come of age. Things were supposed to change this year. We added pieces to the bottom. You know, what pisses me off, and I know this plays into it, is if we weren't so goddamn soft for so many years and not hitting what I bitched about for years on this channel. We sat on the physical game for years. We're paying the price now. Now we're paying the price. I do believe that. I just do. It's come back to haunt us because we're still too damn soft on the ice. Until they fix that, guys, forget it. Till they fix that, forget it. They could win 5 in a row, and you guys know when they were winning, they weren't hitting too much. I mentioned it, okay? But I let it go because they're winning. But right now, look where we're at right now. This is the result of a team that is not physical enough when they play a game called hockey. And if you're not going to be physical, you're not going to succeed in a physical sport. Imagine it's like the Sabres trying to play flag football. You're not going to win a Super Bowl playing flag football or complaining to the officiating, oh, like he hit me. This is really bad. Jeez, this is so bad. This is so bad. This is so frustrating. This is so infuriating because we as fans who don't make the millions know we're right when we watch a product on the ice. How can the general manager not know? How could he let them stay soft for so damn long, folks, under Granato? Because what we've done, I don't believe we built a losing culture, but I believe we built now a soft culture. That's what I believe is going on with this team. How can they come out and only throw 13 hits in a game like this? When they're the talk of the league. 4 hits a period. 1 hit every 5 minutes, 1 hit every 6 shifts. How? How does a team do that? Toronto didn't even have to really do much except just play hard. I mean, they won this game. I mean, you're making John Tavares look good, folks. It's not a good thing. Well, he's having a good year. I should give him credit where it's due. He is having a good year. The fight wasn't there in the end. That old saying, if it's too hot, they get out of the kitchen. Well, this is kind of what's going on with the Sabres. They just can't. They can't handle tough. And we can't just pretend that's okay. We need to get some names in here that can change this thing, this soft culture, because this is, I believe, what's going on with the Sabres. I don't believe they believe they're losers, but I believe that they back off of playing hard. They back off. Since the beginning of the year, they've gotten more and more soft. I should do a video on it because, yeah, they had a few games in that streak, I know, where they really had a lot of hits, but they waited to chase the game. Like, what about a game where we won 5-1 and we just dominated physically all night long? Can you guys tell me the last time? You can't, can you? You see? Tell me the last time the Sabres won a game convincingly, score and physical play, both, without a guy named Mike Pekka on the team. It's been so damn long. This is heartbreaking to watch this happen to this franchise, this once proud franchise, to watch this happen. I wear the logo proudly, guys. I'm never giving up on this team, this dream, and I'll be one of the fans to say, yeah, I lived through it, and just like you, I lived through this streak again, But it's so exhausting. It's exhausting to watch this team be the brunt end, deservedly so, of bad jokes again in the NHL. I mean, guys, we're something like, what are we, 29th in the league? I'll check that before I close up shop here. Come on. How the hell can we be this bad with this roster? They've got to get tough. So maybe this is it. Maybe that's what we needed to happen, though, is them to learn that, if you're not going to be physical, you're not going to succeed. They're 29th overall. Yeah, 29th overall. Anaheim has 2 games in hand on us, and we're 1 point behind San Jose. Oh, my God. The Canadians are 1 point behind us with a game in hand. And we are 4 points in front of Nashville, who had the greatest offseason, everybody was saying. Well, look at Nashville, 8-17. There's only 2 teams in the league with less regulation wins. Philly. 3 teams in the league with less regulation wins than us. Philadelphia have 7 regulation wins, but they have 7 overtimes. You see? So Philly, that's a bit of a misread. San Jose have 7. Nashville have 7. We have 8. I don't know, guys. We're going to just have to hope that things turn around, but even if they turn around, is the season done? It doesn't look good. 10 games in a row. Can't believe I'm doing this video again. I'm a repeat offender on the channel when it comes to long losing streaks. To talk about them. I never thought this would happen, so I'm kind of lost. Now we're in the depths of despair again. How do we get out? I mean, I know winning a game is going to help, but is this the way the season's going to go all year? Oof, it's not going to be pleasant. All right, guys, done with this one. I'm going to leave it for tonight. What else can I do? I just want to talk to you guys. Long-ass video, but just some thoughts, random thoughts. We're going through so much emotions right now with this team, folks, that, if I had it my way, I would ship out 4 guys. 4. And just do a big trade with some team. I don't care who at this point. We need to make a deal. But I heard ridiculousness. I heard, getting Kadri for Dylan Cousins. If we're that stupid, then, forget it then. And Kadri's, past his prime years. Give up a first rounder to get him, just to bring in some grit, though. Yeah, that I would say. But don't give up, a player with potential like Cousins has. That'd be stupid, All right, I'm leaving it there. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.